Hey guys, I'm just leaving my office right now and I got a question from someone that's in my course, from a student that's in my course, and they asked me why do I think a lot of people fail their business and finance exam on the first try. And I just wanted to go over a few reasons why I think most people fail on the first try. I remember when I was taking my test, there was a woman next to me. As soon as I walked in, because the proctor takes you to exactly where you're going to take the test, you could just tell this lady was flipping through all the books and she just looked lost. I could see that she was stuck on one question for such a long time. And it just looked like she was taking the test and it was like, what is this test? What is going on here? And I remember when I first took my test, I was nervous. I was scared. I think everyone is. And as soon as I sat down, I was like, I know all this stuff. I know how to go through the book. I know how to navigate the book. And I think that's one of the first things that I think most people fail is they don't know how to navigate the book. They're not well prepared, and they didn't take the time to sit down and prepare themselves. They didn't do what courses told them to do. A lot of people buy courses, but they don't actually follow through and study. And they're like, oh, I'm gonna study for 2 weeks, or I'm gonna study for a month or 2 months. And then the exam comes up and they're like, oh my God, I haven't studied at all. I think that's one of the reasons. And then another reason I think is they don't do enough practice questions. You have to do a bunch of practice questions. If you're not doing a bunch of practice questions, you're gonna have a very hard time on the test. I remember I did over 1,000 practice questions before I took my test, and I just knew exactly where to go for questions that I had on the test because I took so many practice questions. And I think another reason why most people don't pass on the first try is they time out. I see this all the time. People talk about it all the time. They're 60 questions deep and then they're like, oh my God, I have 30 minutes of time left. And then they just start guessing on all the questions because once again, they don't know how to navigate the book. They didn't do enough practice questions and they just really didn't know what they were doing. I think that's another reason, timing out. You get 6 hours and 30 minutes for this test for 125 questions. It seems like a lot of time, but it really isn't a lot of time because the contractor manual, you know how big that contractor manual is. The builder's guide to accounting is over 200 pages. So you're flipping through over 1,200 pages to find answers. You have to have good time management, really good time management during the test so you can pass. And another thing I also see is people buy courses and the courses don't have good information in it. I hear this all the time. People will join my course and they're like, oh man, this course is amazing. It has all the great information. I bought another course from another company and they didn't even talk about anything about this information. They didn't talk about anything about OSHA. They didn't talk anything about percentage of completion. They didn't talk about this. So you're taking this course, you're like, oh yeah, I'm doing great in the course. And then when you go sit down for the test, you're like, everything I learned in this course isn't even on this exam. Like, why did I learn all this stuff if they're not asking questions on this stuff? One thing I noticed, if a course is trying to sell you chapter 455 separately as an extra book, that's not good because 455 is already in the contractor's manual. So why are they trying to sell you chapter 455 as well? It's already in the contractor's manual. You don't have to buy it. You can flip through it in the contractor's manual. You can bring in an extra chapter 455 for the exam. I don't think it's necessary at all. I think another one is people don't understand the math part of the exam as well. There's about 20 questions about math on the exam. So you really got to know the math. It's pretty basic math. It's nothing crazy. In my course, I have a 45-minute video just going over all the math you need to know. If you watch that a few times, you'll be well prepared for the exam. That's why I made that video. I didn't add like a lot of math in other parts of the course because I felt like if it's only 20 questions, it's not as crazy important than the learning the books. So I think learning the contractor manual is way more important than putting all your time into math questions. So that's why I mostly go over the contractor manual in the course. And yeah, those are one of the main things I think are important when you're going to take this test. Remember, this test isn't rocket science. If you guys follow my study guide and you guys are also in the course, I have high confidence that you will pass this exam. I've helped multiple people pass the exam already, and I know I can help you pass it as well. If you've already failed one time, don't give up on yourself. You can keep going, just keep practicing, do more practice quizzes as well. That's the thing. I don't think anyone is not smart enough to take this quiz. I think you just got to be well prepared to take this quiz, because if you're not well prepared, you're not going to do good on this quiz. I see a lot of people get 59%, 60%. I swear that is the most common I see. And this test, I was looking actually on Pearson. I'm actually requesting files from Pearson because it's public record to see what is the pass rate for the business and finance. So I found it for 2022, and it was about like a 45% pass rate for people that took it the first time, and it actually decreased lower. It was like a 39% pass rate for people that took it the second time. So I was a little confused by that, because how are you doing even worse when you're taking the test for the second time? I don't know. That's why I think you just got to prepare yourself as good as possible for the exam by taking a course, by doing all those practice quizzes. Because if you go in there unprepared, you're going to get that 59 or you're going to get that 60%. So yeah, I hope you guys liked today's video. You guys have any questions, you can always message me on WhatsApp. I'll answer any questions you guys have. And if you guys want to join the course, the link is down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.